Hi everybody, I thought I would do a little bookshelf tour of the top half of my bookshelves because that's essentially where all the books that I display are. There's some like unread books down there, and some YA stuff that way that I don't really read anymore. So I figured I would just do a little bookshelf tour because I'm happy with it, which has been a long time coming. So we'll just start at the top, and I'm not going to pull books out, but we can. Stephen King got moved. He was on the thriller horror shelf because this is generally organized by genre, the bookshelf is, but I simply could not fit him on the shelf anymore and he needed to be out of there. So Stephen King is not in his respective genre shelf, but everything else is pretty genre specific. So we'll start horror stuff and thrillers and mysteries and stuff like that is on this shelf right here. I really like Michael Crichton, clearly. I've technically not finished House of Leaves, but I've read enough of it for me to put it on the shelf. Sweet. And then we kind of delve into my classics and my little statue guy fell over. One second. Whee! Wide angle shot. All right, so now back to the classics. Had to let the dog inside because he was toasty. This is the only section that's alphabetical by author, or the two classics shelf. So we start with no authors over here, Jane Austen, all the way down to Kurt Vonnegut and Oscar Wilde over there. Yeah, I still have, I think, the most books by John Steinbeck down there in terms of maximum books, like by one author. But I've now read almost all of Jane Austen's works, and I'm slowly adding to like Kurt Vonnegut and some other stuff like that. So we'll take it back up to the top, which this is my generic fiction that, so general like literary fiction, and it kind of goes over here into things that are like magical realism or have magical elements or like little, I think that's where I have my Greek mythology retellings as well. So this part is also not alphabetical in any capacity. It's by aesthetically pleasing size. I really liked Black Cake, that book over there. I'm a big fan of Murakami's books generally. Good Girl Complex was a really fun beach read I read recently. My Sister, the Serial Killer is a really fun book where everybody's a psycho, because the back says like how one sister deals with her sister's psychosis. They're both psychotic. It's great. Love a good unhinged woman story. I'm gonna get up on my stool. Sorry, that makes the angle better. And then I really liked Babel by R.F. Kuang that I read recently. The magical realism fantasy retelling section plays nicely to lead us into the fantasy sci-fi shelves. I want to like organize this better where fantasy is on one shelf and sci-fi is on another shelf, but I haven't done that yet, so this is what we got. Clearly I'm a big Brandon Sanderson fan. I have read and own on my Kindle the entire Expanse series, but after these three, the book printing changes to the author's name really big instead of the title, and I don't want to buy those. And also they don't fit right now because we're clearly with limited space. I just read my first Sarah J. Maas book recently, Throne of Glass. Actually had a great time. It was so funny because I don't know if it's technically YA or not. I haven't read something like that in a long time, and the tropes were just beautiful and so fun to read. So like, I maybe need to get off my high horse and check out her other books, but yeah, this is a really pretty version of Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I had it out on display, but I had to add some more books, so it didn't quite fit, but isn't it so pretty? One of my favorite books by him. Awesome. And last but not least is the shelf of nonfictions, collections, like short story collections, etc., poetry, and then graphic novels. I recently read Persepolis 1 and 2, and it was a great read. Highly informative about like someone who actually lived through the Iranian revolutions, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful story. yeah, these are some of my nonfiction books. Not all of them, because some are outside in the living room area, but yeah, this was a little quick bookshelf tour to commemorate the great success of this current organization of the shelf. That's all, folks. Have a great day. Happy reading.